Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a top 50 songs from 1969, the year of Woodstock, and the year two of our members here were born, Brian Massey and Doc, both 1969 babies. I'm here with those guys, and Randall Nelson. I'm going to say we're a little bit older than that, but that's another story. Top 50 list. We have a point system in place. We each rank 50 songs. Concentrate on the top 10 for this segment, and then we'll tally the votes and present our list of the 50 best songs in our four opinions for the year. Guys, tonight's order, we've got Brian leading off, Doc in the 2-hole, Randy batting third, and myself cleanup. So let's break into this right away. I'll bring up the first of our top 10 lists. Welcome to everybody. And Brian, start it off. Here's your top 10. It might say 68, but it's really 69.
Yeah, it's 69. Yeah, you can see here, counting it down. I mean, I've got somebody from Doc's neck of the woods here, the Guess Who and These Eyes. I know there was some discussion about whether they even wanted to have this song on the album because they thought it was too soft for the type of music that they play traditionally, but it's a great song in my opinion. Got the classic staple anti-war anthem of Fortunate Son and CCR here. Just great guitar on this, and it's just that perfect sound that CCR had. Some early heavy metal here with Whole Lot of Love from Led Zeppelin. Wanted to throw that in there for sure. I've got Can't Find My Way Home from Blind Faith. Obviously, the super group of that era, in my opinion, with Ginger Baker on the drums, Eric Clapton, and Steve Winwood wrote and sang on this song. My favorite Joni Mitchell songs here at number 6 with Both Sides Now. Just wonderfully written song and just classic. It's been covered many times, but no one's ever done it as well as she has. When I make it to my top 5, guys, all 5 of these songs that are in my top 5 are in my top 50 of all time. So that gives you an indication of how strong 1969 was. I've got the Boxer here, obviously, from Simon and Garfunkel. I've got the first of 2 Beatles songs, both that were been written by Harrison. First, I've got Something here. I think Billy Preston played the Hammond organ on this song as well, if I'm not mistaken. The song's covered many times, but again, no one does it better than the Beatles. A little bit of prog here from my favorite prog album of all time, from In the Court of the Crimson King, King Crimson's Epitaph. I used a wild card here to get it up there. I really love this song. Just a great album all the way through. My favorite Rolling Stones song is right here, Give Me Shelter. Obviously, if you've never heard this song, just go watch a Martin Scorsese movie, and it'll probably play at some point during there. And then my favorite song of all time is also obviously the number 1 song for 1969 for me, and that's Here Comes the Sun, the Harrison 2 from the Beatles. So that's my 10.
Wow.
Great
10. Really good 10.
Yep.
You'll see my favorite song of all time in 1970.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I like a lot of those songs. I mean, most of them. I don't really know King Crimson as well as I should, but the other 9, I'm vouching for them, baby. They're all great.
They are. Yeah. Even the Crimson tune's a great tune, man. So
yeah, I gotta dig that into my repertoire here. Let's go on to Doc and see if he has anything different, similar. Here we go.
Good stuff here. Yeah.
Doc, take it away.
There you go. So yeah, some similar, some different. There you go, Brian. Right off the bat, you'll probably see it there, right? But my number 10, I'll start off with Pale Blue Eyes by Velvet. Just a real poetic tone, if you want the truth. And it's there's some really good Velvet out there. There's some I could pass on. This is really good Velvet, man. So number 10 for me this year. Here Comes the Sun. There you go, Brian. I don't think it's as high on my list of the Beatles songs, but it's obviously, right? So this is a top 10er for me. I also have the Guess Who, but I got No Time in here for in 69. The Guess Who are going to kick here for the next little while, so make an appearance on the list. Where they land, who knows? But No Time's a great tune too, man. It's got a really great flow. It's Burton Cummings' voice, man. Awesome. I got Procol coming in, man, at number 7 with Salty Dog. Just a haunting song, and Gary sounds awesome here, man. This is probably a voice you don't talk a lot about in music and stuff like that, but he can really sing Booker, man. So Salty Dog's a great tune. I love Bowie. It's my number 6, Space Oddity, man. I think the intro to Bowie here is going to take off from 69 on for me in a lot of senses. We'll probably see his name pop up more than once as we move along here, and this will be the beginning of it. But it shows what Bowie's going to do as we move along. And I got Fortunate Son here too, I think. Maybe the same spot. I don't even know if it was, Brian. It might be.
I had it at 9, I think.
We had 9, so I can't recall. But yeah, there you go. But CCR, another band that's really kicking here too. So yeah, Fortunate Son, probably my favorite CCR tune, man, if you want the truth. So you guys already know I'm a big Who guy. I got Pinball in here, man. It's one of the early songs that hooked me into the Who, and they've been with me ever since, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's a top 10er for 69 for me. There's Zeppelin's Whole Lot of Love, man. Yeah, it's catchy as hell, man. And it's the heavy rock, metalish side of where music is going. So something that's with me and I really like. So I got something right after that. There you go, Brian. So yeah, top tier Beatles, man. What can you say? Only one thing taking that out in 69, and to me, that's my second favorite Stones song. Like I said, I titter-totter between the two, man. So I got Sympathy and Killed Me. Gimme has a chance. Gimmy's got the number 1 slot for me this year, man. I'm going Gimme Shelter with the Stones is number 1 for 69.
Excellent.
Wow, you went Stones number 1 back-to-back years, 68 and 69. Very cool.
I did.
Yeah. I knew Salty Dog was going to be in your top 10. That was for sure. That. And I knew a Who song would be in your top 10. I just didn't know where. So, but excellent. I definitely agree with like 5 of your songs.
That's what I said too, buddy, when you did your list in my head. I like 5 of yours, brother.
I think we're going to have a couple of exact matches.
Oh, yep. And we'll go to Randy as soon as I change the year on this. I don't know how I got messed up. Randy, you're up.
All right. Look away, Brian. I got Elvis Presley, Suspicious Minds is my number 10. It's my favorite Presley tune from his later period. You know, I prefer his 50s and 60s, but I think this is a great latter-day tune for him. My number 9, I've got Pinball Wizard here.
Right on.
From the rock opera Tommy, just great tune. He plays a mean pinball on that one. My number 8 is You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Stones. It's just a classic. I personally love the choir part with the London Bach Choir on that. My number 7, I've got Fortunate Son. I think we've all 3 had Fortunate Son.
Yep.
Yeah, we have.
VCR. One of the best songs about it, the inequities of class struggle, and of course, who had to go serve in Vietnam as well. Number 6, I've got Bob Dylan's "Lay Lady Lay." I think it might be his biggest pop hit off the country-infused Nashville skyline. Probably in his best voice in this one. My number 5 is "Here Comes the Sun." Beatles. For me, this is George Harrison's best song. It's just my opinion, and it's one of the Beatles' most beautiful tunes. Number 4, I've got The Boxer, Simon and Garfunkel. Just like The Boxer in the song, it's about surviving life and has some of Paul Simon's best lyrics, I think. Number 3, this is where we match with Doc. I've got a Whole Lot of Love here, Led Zeppelin. It's kind of a rockin' homage to physical love with one of the most famous guitar riffs in rock history. Number 2, I've got Creedence's Bad Moon Rising here. It's one of their most catchy songs and a staple of any werewolf movie. And I've got number 1, Gimme Shelter, Rolling Stones. Kind of a hint of foreboding, shimmering guitars, mixed sounding apocalyptic, and the great Mary Clayton bringing it all home. Just rock perfection, I think.
Nice.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Well, I really love that list. Other than that some kid down there from
Tupelo?
Kentucky or something. I don't know. But anyway, other than that, it's a great list.
Yeah, that's great. I like that song too. I don't think it made my top 10. But
Dwight
it's close.
Yoakam does a cover of this of Suspicious Minds that I think's great.
Yeah.
I admit it's a good song. I just never been a fan of Elvis, but
It's
Good
funny,
call.
Randy. I think I got
Out of-
5 of your 10, Randy, and I got one of yours as my number 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creedence is getting
Yeah.
a lot of love. Zeppelin's been on every list, right, so far, and
So far,
Stone.
Stones. Gibby's been number
Here
1.
Comes the Sun. Yeah, amazing. All right, so let me pull mine up if I can.
let's see what Rich has.
Here we go. Telltale sign right here.
A little tweaked, but a lot similar. Whoop. You got to get that 9 in there.
Get that
Sure.
9 in there. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I start out with Thunderclap Newman, Something in the Air. I just think it's a
Yeah.
really late 60s vibe that Tom Petty did a cover of that later in his greatest
Yeah, he
hits,
did.
but I like the original. Fantastic. I agree with Brian, Can't Find My Way Home from the supergroup Blind Faith with
Mhm.
Steve Winwood on lead vocals. Tremendous song. I actually saw them perform that live. I saw Steve Winwood and Tom Petty together on
Right on.
stage doing that song, and it was a
Wow.
highlight of the show. Space Oddity. There you go, Doc. Bowie's in
Love
the
it.
top number 8, a solid 8. Ground Control to Major Tom. Love it. I got back-to-back CCR at 7 and 6. Fortunate Son, arguably their best song politically, and like Randy said about who served, who didn't, who got the call, who got out of going to fight in Vietnam. But Green River is my favorite CCR song, so I had to put it on the list at number 6.
Great tune, man.
Wow.
Top 5 songs. I love Honky Tonk Women. I just love that sound with the doot doot, the beginning with the doot 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 doot, and then they just boom boom boom, just jams
Nice.
from there. Love it. Give Me Shelter, undeniably great at number 4. Whole Lot of Love, the heaviest song probably up until that date. I mean, it was like nothing else that anybody had ever heard before. Number 2, George Harrison's classic, Here Comes the Sun. And number 1, The Boxer. I love the metaphor of the boxing and the struggle in life, and it's so poetic, and it's just my favorite song of that year, so that's where it lands.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought you would have more CCR, even though you had 2. I thought you'd have 3. I did. Honestly, I thought you would have 3. And then everything else is great. I mean, Honky Tonk Women. If you ever get a chance, listen to the Pogues. The Pogues do a cover of Honky Tonk Women. That's actually pretty decent. So
Wow. There it is, folks. Read it
Love it.
and weep. So we had a lot of similar stuff, different spots maybe, but let's take a look at the
Overall,
grand
it's gonna be a
finale
close battle.
as we bring the screen for the best song of 1969. Give Me Shelter edges out Here Comes the Sun because it had 2 number 1 positions. It had a 1, a 2, and a 4. Here Comes the Sun, also all top 10, but a 1, a 2, a 5, and a 9. So amazing.
Wow.
whole lot of love.
That was
Take it right
tight.
there.
A lot of love right
Whole
there.
lot of love. And it had 3 threes, and that's where it landed, number 3.
Right.
The Boxer finishes 4th.
You can see my my lack of love for Simon and Garfunkel there, can't you?
Yeah, there's
Right.
a big gaping hole in Doc's list where he does not have Simon and Garfunkel, but that's all right. Fortunate Son finishes in the top 5. That's clearly the best Creedence song of the year. We all had a top 10 ranking on that.
Right.
Something, 2 of us guys loved it, and the other 2 had it, but further down on the list.
Yeah.
A 38 and a 45. Bad Moon Rising did very well.
Yeah.
Lay Lady Lay, all in the top 20.
Nice.
Honky Tonk Women, excellent showing. Everybody had it on their list. And then Pinball Wizard rounds out the top 10 by The Who.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason that would be is because it had a 4 where Space Oddity had a 6, and Brian didn't have either one. So it had 3 votes, and 4 was the highest ranking of the 4 of us.
So look at that,
Can't
Brian.
find my way.
I might not give a lot of love to Simon and Garfunkel, but you're overlooking Bowie and the Who. Buddy, we got a
That's right. I'm overlooking Bowie. That's just not my song.
Elvis finishes at 15.
Brian's surprised I didn't vote for Elvis.
He stuck the 2 in there. We had everybody else.
51, eh, Brian? Number 51.
It did. It made my cut. 53.
Let's see what else we have. Some songs that we haven't talked about that represent it well was Up on Cripple Creek by the band at number 20. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good Times, Bad Times, Led Zeppelin. Cinnamon Girl. A lot of great songs. The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down by the band again. On the strength of Brian's number 3 with the wild card, Epitaph finished at 29th, which isn't bad considering nobody else had it. There's Everybody's Talking, Come Together. Look at the Led Zeppelin stuff here. Ramble On, Dazed and Confused. Great list.
Kind of got split up from some of the songs that people like more on that of those albums.
Yeah. There's Doc's.
Really too that had Holly Holy from Neil Diamond.
Hey, I voted for it, Doc. And if you didn't vote for Neil Diamond this time, you're out. You're out if you didn't vote for Neil this time.
Well, interestingly enough, Neil did not get a vote with Sweet Caroline from Doc. The other 3 of us had it. Come on.
No, not that song.
All right.
Can't do it.
Some of these other songs that finished with votes, but just couldn't get enough support all the way around.
No love for this. No love for Blood, Sweat, and Tears. What is it with you, boy?
Nah, Doc was on the island on that one. He had it at number 17. What goes up must come down.
I had the other one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make me so weird. Yeah.
Yep, you were the only one
that one too.
Yep.
I had 2 Blood, Sweat, and Tears songs last year, the year before.
Together we
you
got
have 1 here too. And When I Die made the list.
Yeah, When
35.
I Die. I like that.
And
Laura Nero's song.
Between you and me and you, you're the only ones I like Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Just going down.
Hey, Brian did have an Elvis Presley song.
I did. Wearing That Loved On Look, man.
Yep.
It's the best song on Memphis album. It's the best one.
We had exactly 100 songs that at least got a vote. As you can see, Leaving on a Jet Plane by Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Yester Me, Yester You, Yesterday by Stevie. They had individual 50, so they finished at the bottom of our little survey there. So there it is.
Wow. Fun.
Wow.
That's very cool.
Pretty strong list.
Very strong.
In 1960. I love the. I think that top 10 is very representative of the year. It really is. If you look at it objectively, it's got everybody that was anybody at the Beatles, Stones, Zeppelin, Simon and Garfunkel, Creedence, Dylan, The Who. They're all there. Bowie just finished Outside. I mean, so that's going to wrap it up for 1969. We'll be back next time with 1970, which, believe it or not, gets even more difficult in my opinion. So for the guys, this is Rich, Randall Nelson. Go over and check his channel out. Massey's Main Entertainment, Brian's channel. Be sure you sub them guys up if you haven't already. Leave us some comments, your personal top 10. We'd love to see that. People have been doing it, and we do appreciate that. And what was left off our list, too. We also like to know songs that we completely overlook, because there probably are some. So for Brian and Randy and Doc, this is Rich. Take care. We will see you next time. Later. Bye.